Newspapers actually began back in the 1500s. They were really very small in size. They became a little bit more common in the 1600s. Events ranging from the Great Fire of London, Captain Kidd, we have Blackbeard. We have newspapers which have advertisements which talk about the Salem witch trials. At that time, there were no illustrations in newspapers. They were only usually 4 pages in length. Gentleman's Magazine started in 1731. Political news, literary content, news of the day. A map of the roads from London to Dover, Rye, Hythe, Margate, Ramsgate, and Deal. This would have been the AAA triptych of its day. Any event that happened in history, and particularly American history, you're going to find in a newspaper. All major battles of every war, every inauguration of every president, every death of every president. Anyone who has any sense or interest in history whatsoever, there is a newspaper which will cover that particular event. The purist will try to find a historic event in a newspaper from the city where it happened. As an example, we have many issues on the assassination of John F. Kennedy, but the one most people want is a newspaper from Dallas. Harper's Weekly became very famous, and it was essentially the life magazine of its day. Then there was a lot of competition, and they thought the bigger the headline, the quicker it would sell. So you get big, splashy headlines from World War I, World War II, the gangster era, the Depression era, the stock market crashing, and they can be very displayable. In fact, some people like collecting only issues which have big, splashy headlines because they're great things to put up on your wall. When the movie Titanic came out some years ago, my gosh, the groundswell of people calling us looking for Titanic issues increased dramatically. And the value of those newspapers probably more than tripled simply because of the movie coming out. Reading newspapers that time really is like being in a time machine, because you're not reading someone's interpretation of history. You're reading news just as it was reported by people who were there. What's interesting is that we never know what we're going to find in an issue. And quite frankly, we've had customers who've purchased generic newspapers from us and call us and say, "Hey Tim, thanks for that newspaper because I found a neat report about such and such a man." You're literally gold mining when you buy newspapers from us because you never know what you're going to find.